We are GTR, Ghana Talks Radio. Get it big, get it here. Listen to all your live mixes, live radio programs, and live entertaining and news package programs right here from GTR, Ghana Talks Radio. GTR News. GTR News. We bring you local news, business news, international, sports, and entertainment news. Right here on GTR. We bring you local news, business news, international, sports, and entertainment news. Right here on GTR.
Good afternoon. It's time for the afternoon news right here on Ghana Talks Radio, and I go by the name Regina Blair. So, to our headlines: Dela Coffie granted bail after arrest over alleged forgery and corruption. Overgrown wheat at Tetteh Quashie interchange used as cover for open defecation. This and more stories coming up. We bring you local news, business news, international, sports, and entertainment news. Right here on GTR. To our main stories, the Office of the Special Prosecutor has granted bail to a communicator of the National Democratic Congress, Dela Coffie, who was arrested for alleged corruption-related offenses and forgery. Dela Coffie is being investigated for alleged faking letters purporting to have been issued by the Special Prosecutor. He is also alleged to have faked a retainer agreement of a prominent law firm, Atuguba and Associates, in connection with a corruption investigation on the Member of Parliament for Abuakwa South, Samuel Achia. He was arrested on Monday, June 6, 2022, after he turned himself in following the OSP issuing an arrest warrant last Friday. He was detained to allow the OSP to conduct further investigations and was granted bail on Wednesday, June 8, 2022. Meanwhile, further investigations are still ongoing into the matter. To our next story: overgrown wheat at Tetteh Quashie interchange used as cover for open defecation. Tetteh Quashie, named after a pre-Ghanaian agriculturist, has become a haven for unscrupulous people who find comfort in defecating in the bushy area. The location of the huge roundabout could be described as the heart of Accra due to its prime location and accessibility to other routes in the capital. Aside using the place for defecating, some petty traders who ply their trade along the major route have converted the place into a refuse dump. It was observed that the wheat had grown beyond the knee level, while two mowing machines were seen idle under a tree. At about 3:30 p.m., a man who later gave his name as Ernest Yeboah ignored the presence of the camera and went to defecate at a place where some rusted metallic pipes has been left at the mercy of the weather. When he was accosted and asked about his reason for defecating in the bush, he said he had stomach upset, which compelled him to use the place. He was asked what he thinks should be done to protect the space from defecation, and he suggested that a fence wall should be erected around the land and the bush cleared. He said at best, the place should be converted to a park or garden to add to the beauty of Accra. The medians of some principal streets in Accra have been left unattended. The situation has contributed to flooding on the roads anytime it rains. Let's go listen to a video. We'll be right back.
See, my stomach they worry me. That's how good I am. The stomach they worry. Don't you have toilets around you? There is toilet in the Akram, or why didn't you go there?
I'm not from this area.
Where do you come from?
I'm from Aflao.
Aflao. And you are going where?
I just arrived to this bus stop.
So you stopped at the bus stop just to kind of defecate here in the central of Accra.
Somebody showed me say I should come to this area. I will figure some place to make myself well.
And are you happy with what you just did?
I'm not happy.
Why should you even contemplate when someone showed you that you should come here and the Akram Mall is right there? Why didn't you choose the Akram Mall and you came here?
You know, show me Akram Mall. I don't know this area.
Is this your first time in Accra?
Yeah, this is my first time. I live at Kaswa.
And okay, look at this beautiful hotel, look at the Akram Mall, and look all around you, you realize that this is the center, if I'm not lying, of Accra, a place that we should all make beautiful. What
GTR
made you
News,
say to
GTR
do this here?
News.
Can you sit in your bedroom?
I'm begging you. I'm just begging.
No, I am not the one here asking you to beg me. No, I'm just asking you, in the right sense of things. Okay, as a right thinking person in society, would you be comfortable sitting here, even at the back of your own building?
I'll not be comfortable, but my stomach do worry me, that's why.
What's happening?
My friend come in, beg me. That's why I'm rushing to come.
So assuming they plant beautiful flowers here, they make the place look so beautiful like a garden. Can you walk in and shit?
I can't walk inside and shit. I can't walk inside and shit.
We want to make Accra the beautiful place in Africa. What is your contribution to that?
If they make here neat, if they be win, they would here neat. As I say, here is nice. I can't enter inside, come and shit.
Okay, so that was what the man had to say. He said it's best the place should be converted to a park or garden to add to the beauty of Accra. So moving to our next story. More personnel deployed to Ghana's borders amid terror threats. Ambrose Dery. Interior Minister Ambrose Dery says government is taking threats of terror attacks in Ghana seriously. Mr. Gerard says government is leaving no stone unturned in its quest to protect lives and properties. Speaking on the floor of Parliament, Ambrose Dery said the Ghana Immigration Service has increased its border patrols to check persons arriving into the country illegally. Additional personnel have been deployed to the Ghana Immigration Service Border Command to beef up border patrol efforts. The Immigration Service is the state's lead agency mandated to manage and patrol the country's borders and is continuously enhancing its patrol and profiling techniques in order to stop illegal border crossings and detect criminal elements in their attempt to enter the country. The West Africa Center for Counter-Extremism in its latest report warned that Ghana is at high risk of terrorism following pockets of civil, political and social unrest in parts of the West African sub-regions. It said threats of violent extremism are heavily descending towards coastal states from the Sahel region and that Ghana should not be spared. For that matter, given happenings in its neighboring countries, factors such as chieftaincy and ethnic disputes, land conflicts, marginalization of vulnerable groups, and high youth unemployment make Ghana very susceptible to threats of terrorism. Moving to our next story. No school feeding culture has been paid, association says. Caterers under the school feeding program have denied claims that government has released funds to pay caterers in 5 regions. This comes on the back of information Tetteh News gathered that government has made payment to caterers in 5 regions. The caterers on Tuesday, June 7, 2022, embarked on a demonstration in Accra to register their displeasure over the government's failure to pay them their arrears and increase their feeding grants. Speaking to Tetteh News, President of the Greater Accra School Feeding Caterers Association, Juliana Kujo, said no form of payment has come to her attention. I am not aware of any form of payment made by government. No caterer in any of the regions has been paid. Government should come again. So moving to our next story, police arrest mother for allegedly engaging area boys to molest daughter. Police in the eastern region have arrested the mother of a 15-year-old girl who was physically and sexually abused by some community members at Ofuasu Ayorubi in the eastern region. In a viral video, the girl is seen being flogged and sexually molested by persons reported to have been contracted by the girl's mother and stepfather as a way of instilling discipline in her. The district chief executive for Achimancho, Paul Asamoah, sought medical attention for the girl, whom the doctors have declared to be in a stable condition. The DCE said the case has been referred to the Domestic Violence and Victim Support Unit. We have referred the case to DOFSU for investigation. Our concern is more on the welfare of the little girl. The doctor who is treating her said she is medically stable. We have to work on the psychological aspect as well. So we're going on a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. Stay tuned for the business news. Hi there and welcome to Ghana Talks Radio. Join Ahima Chimude and DJ Cham on this week's segment. On the Dominsum last week, the discussion on board was, is it okay to marry an elder lady? And it was interactive.
Yeah. Ya wakwala bi nso a wagimi e wo panyi woni munyanza enti age na ya kana ho asam no e fa he o tell say age na yade boy ho safo mimi yire ni temi enzo what mi yire ni temi omome oni mi di agro o hwe me ye di agro kama ye yesre me ye ne di kama enti den wa wo kana una ye problem me empa me ho.
Join us this Thursday as we talk over is arguing a natural part of every relationship live on Ghana Talks Radio. Join us live on Facebook and listen via our website www.ghanatalksradio.com or our app, or you can call our studio line 020-254-4614. Ghana Talks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
GTR News.
Welcome back from the break. If you just joined, you're live on Ghana Talks Radio, and this is the afternoon. So, moving to some political stories. NPP inaugurates national elections and planning committees for 2022 delegate conference. The national chairman of the governing New Patriotic Party, Freddie Blay, on Wednesday, June 8, 2022, inaugurated a National Elections Committee and a National Planning Committee for the conduct of the party's 2022 National Annual Delegate Conference. The National Elections Committee, which is chaired by Peter McMahon, will superintend over all the election-related activities of the conference, including sale of nomination forms and vetting of aspiring candidates, in line with the party's rules and regulations for the conduct of the conference. The elections shall be supervised by the Electoral Commission of Ghana in line with Section 17 of page 2 of the Political Parties Law, Act 574. Members of the elections committees are Peter McMahon as chairman, Obushi Shai Kofi, Amen Anta, Ambassador Edward Barton, Lawyer Garini Makun,
GTR News.
The National Planning Committee, on the hand, will be chaired by Mr. Sechi Abankwa and will be responsible for coordinating the activities of all the conference subcommittees to ensure the smooth organization and conduct of the National Annual Delegates Conference, which shall be held in Akram from 15th to 17th July 2022. So we all should take note. So moving to our next political story, NDC MPs motion for prop into 2020 polls baseless, Patrick Boamah says. The Member of Parliament for Okankwe Central, Patrick Boamah, has questioned the essence of a private member's motion seeking a prop into the 2020 general elections. Mr. Boamah feels the motion is baseless, given that the Court of Law had earlier ruled that the 2020 general elections were free and fair in an earlier case filed by the National Democratic Congress. I believe the motion before Parliament is unfounded and it has no basis. It is just a complete waste of the taxpayers' money and time because all these processes have been undertaken by the Electoral Commission, said Mr. Boamah. 5 members of parliament, MP for Asawaso, Mohammed Muntaka Mubarak, MP for Bolga East, Dr. Dominic Ayin, MP for Akachi South, Bernard Ahiafo, Boamah MP, Kofi Adams, and MP for Salaga South, Ibrahima filed the motion. The NDC were aggrieved by the decision of the people of this country as announced by the EC and went to court to challenge the processes that lead to the declaration by the EC announcing Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo as president of the republic. So what is the meaning of this backdoor approach of resurrecting what has been finally determined by the constitutional courts of this country? He further asked. So moving to some business stories. Group supports Nanung Municipal Education Directorate with computers. To help in the improvement of data entry of teachers at the GES offices in the Nanung Municipality, a youth group in Nanung called Strategic Initiative for Peace Building has presented 4 desktop computers to the Municipal Education Directorate. The Education Directorate is seriously challenged with regard to data keeping and transmission of quick information to its national office. The Numumba North Education Office has only 1 computer, which is very inadequate. To help mitigate the challenge, SRPEB in donating the computers said it will go a long way to assist the office. Sumaila Abdul Rahim, the spokesperson for the group, said, "We are aware of the challenges you face in your office, and one of the challenges has to do with data entry and transmission. We decided to launch a campaign to see if we can get assistance for you. We have been able to procure desktop computers to support the office." The Municipal Director of Education for Numumba North Municipality, Paul Kwame Agbevu, uploaded the group for the gesture describing it as welcoming and timely. He said the office is seriously challenged when it comes to data entry and transmission, saying the gesture will help them greatly. To some international stories, New Zealand plans to tax cow and sheep Burps. New Zealand has unveiled a plan to tax sheep and cattle Burps in a bid to tackle one of the country's biggest sources of greenhouse gas. It would make it the first nation to charge farmers for the methane emissions from the animals they keep. New Zealand is home to just over 5 million people, along with around 10 million cattle and 26 million sheep. Almost half the country's total greenhouse gas emissions come from agriculture, mainly methane. However, agricultural emissions have previously not been included in New Zealand emission trading scheme, which has been criticized by those calling for the government to do more to stop global warming. There is no question that we need to cut the amount of methane we are putting into the atmosphere, and an effective emission pricing system for agriculture will play a key part in how we achieve that, New Zealand's climate change minister James Shaw said. So moving to our next international story. First monkeypox patient to go public. The first British monkeypox patient to go public is an HR manager from London who caught the virus after being deported from Dubai for testing positive for HIV. James 35, has spoken out after claiming that health chiefs still haven't contacted him despite being diagnosed with monkeypox nearly a fortnight ago. He slammed the UK Health Security Agency for a real lack for any basic processes or care to stop the spread of the tropical virus, which has so far infected more than 300 Britons, mostly gay and bisexual men. James, who wished to keep his surname anonymous, admitted he is not following self-isolation rules because I was told to stay home until UKHSA contacted me and they never did. I also learned in Ghana 5 people has also contacted Monkeypox and it's very contagious, yes. So we all should be very, very careful. So now we move into some entertainment stories. Shakira breaks silence following split from footballer boyfriend Gerard Pique. Shakira has broken her social media silence after announcing her split from Barcelona defender Gerard after 11 years together. That's very sad. So the singer 45 posted an Instagram video of herself dancing alongside the co-stars of a new show, Dancing with Myself, Nick Jonas and Dela Coffie. While she didn't reference the split, the trio could be seen performing a Mexican wave. The social media post comes after the singer and her ex made separate arrivals at Barcelona airport after spending the weekend together in the Czech Republic with their son. So, the next one, my banter with medical on Twitter was a publicity stunt, Chris Wado said. So AMG boss and rapper Chris Wado has revealed that the mishap between himself and medical was a publicity stunt aimed at bringing traction to the former's latest single with Stonebwoy. According to the Azurinto Ghost hitmaker, animosity can never exist between medical and himself due to the relationship they have, he said. We had talked about publicity stunts. We can never have an issue. We talk more than 1 million times in a month. There is no way we can have an issue. Anything that comes up can be solved. I understand what he's doing. He has his free space to do so. How can there be an issue? So Chris Wado added that the plan was well executed, except for the fact that medical seemed to delay in executing his role in the house. So without wasting much time, we will go listen to what Chris Wado had to say.
I was going after you on Twitter or something like that. What's the truth to that?
It's not even possible. I mean, it was just, I came back and we had talked about publicity stunts. So that's about
So
it.
that was a publicity stunt.
We can never have an issue. Like, we talk more than 1 million times in a month. There's no way we can have an issue. Anything that comes up can be solved. And anything cannot come up.
Was there an issue?
No. There wasn't. There cannot be, because the relationship we have, like, I understand what he's doing, that he has this free space to do what he wants to do. So how can there be an issue? I can't see me and medical having an issue.
So that was a stunt.
100%.
100%.
Yeah, more than 100%.
Plotted by who?
We talked.
Masterminded by who?
No, him and I talked about it.
Okay.
It was going to be a different thing altogether. It was going to be that those tweets were supposed to come at the time where I posted the picture, but I think he slept. So when he woke up, I changed my mind, but he didn't know. So when I saw the tweet, we talked. I'm like, no, we're not doing this again, because it should have came. The tweets were supposed to be out before the pictures.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And then the next day the song comes, but the timing.
But did he still achieve the results?
That's why you're talking about it right now. And publicity is expensive. People got to.
Yeah.
We pay. They pay for it. You actually pay people to create these things for you. But Ghana, like, we know too much. So but why for do so? But this guy, he passed this level. No, you're lying. Even the Nicki Minaj, the Beyonce, the Jay-Z's, they pay for these things. They call paparazzis on themselves and act like they don't even know about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so that was what Chris Wado had to say. I never knew publicity was very expensive and people had to pay for publicity. So very soon, I myself, Regina Blush, you can also call me on Himachumude, will collaborate with DJ CHARM, the only DJ with the charming fingers, to buy publicity. Yes. So very soon, when you hear people talking about us, take it like that, because we paid for it. As Chris Wado said, publicity is expensive. So this is where we end the Afternoon News Radio on Ghana Talks Radio, and I go by the name Regina Blush. You can also call me on Himachumude Bakupe. Stay tuned for the lunchtime rhythm right on Ghana Talks Radio.
This is Ghana Talks Radio, the best station rocking the nation.